What's good, everyone? Bryson Price here. Sorry I'm late for the live stream. I had some stuff to take care of unexpectedly. But I'm here now. Thanks for, being patient and tuning in. Today, I'm gonna do something special. I am taking my friend XAEL's song and I'm making it louder. Basically, like mixing and mastering in a way. She already mixed it, but she asked me for feedback on it, and I told her I felt like it could be a little bit louder in comparison with some of the other tracks. So today I'm going to be opening up the project. I just have it saved on my computer. I haven't sifted through it yet, so I don't really know what to expect exactly. But yeah, we're going to look at it together. So if you've been wondering how to mix and master and looking for some tips, then this is the right live stream for you. So I mean, just to preface this, I'm not an expert at mixing and mastering, but I have been creating music for a very long time, and I've picked up some things over the years. So hopefully I can teach you something today. So let's get into it. This is the song that we're working on. And if you're in here right now, and you're watching, just drop a comment. Let me know you're in here. Come say what's up, and we're gonna get to it. Let me switch the screen onto my computer here. Make sure everything's working okay. Say what's up. Alright, so let me, just to start things off, I'll show you what she has so far. So this is the, I have not touched this in any way. She just sent this to me, so this is what it is. And as I'm listening to this, I'm just going to look through the project. What's up, JC? Hey JC, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Yeah, you said I love the time that you're doing this stream. I never get to watch them because they're too early for me. Yeah, man. So I'm actually I'm temporarily going back to work for the next month. So I'll be doing these streams around this time for probably the next month. The baby's sleeping right now again. You know I always stream when the baby's sleeping. That's why I stream at 12 because 7 is too late for me. 7, like, my day is ending. This has been a really full day for me. So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, this is the only time I got for the next month, so this is when I'm doing it. So yeah, thanks for being here, though. I'm going to continue to play the rest of the track here. Alright, cool. So if you're just now tuning in, this is XAEL's song. She sent it to me. She asked me for some mixing tips, some feedback on it, and I felt like the track could be a little bit louder. So I said, hey, why don't you send it to me? And she was asking me some mixing and mastering questions. So I was like, why don't I just take your song and live stream it, and I'll do some production stuff to it, and then you could have a good like template to go by. So that's what I'm doing now. What's up, Hansia? What's up, man? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. I listened to this in my car today, and I felt like the sub bass was not very clear. In the kick, they were just kind of, I guess, they were kind of clashing with each other. So what I'm gonna do right now, and what I hear is I'm gonna separate the kicks and the sub in this song, because she has all the drop synths and the sub together in the same group. So I'm just gonna separate that real quick. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's see. So this is the kick right here. And I'm gonna color it pink just because that's what I color my kicks. It makes it easy for me to just look at something and know what it is. I'm gonna drag it outside of the group there. We have, where's the sub bass? Here's the sub bass. But then she also has a drop kick. Oh, that's the same kick there. Okay. There's a sub boom, and then there's a drop bass. So those two are definitely going to be clashing. Yeah, so we'll have to fix that. I'm gonna take this out of the group here, and I'm gonna color these white because I color my sub basses white. And I might not have a chance to finish this tonight, but if I don't, I'm planning on live streaming tomorrow also, so I can, I'll finish it tomorrow if I'm not able to wrap it up tonight. So I like to drag my kicks in my sub at the top of the project, because that, to me, that's like the most important part of the song is the kick and the sub. So, I want to put that at the top so I don't miss it. We have some synths here. I'm going to color these, I don't know what color this is, but that color, kind of like an orange color. And also the group, that same color. I'm not sure if she meant to just deactivate that, or if it was, or what. I'll have to ask her about that. I'm not sure. I'll keep that there. It looks like it's a sub though. If she does plan on using it, it looks like it's a sub, so I'm going to put it up here and then put this in the subgroup. Another really important thing before I forget is she has a multi-band compression on the master and a limiter. I never ever put limiters or multi-band compression on my master, so I'm going to delete that because I feel like it compresses the sound too much and makes it sound weak. What I do is I'll take K-clip and I'll put this on the ceiling at -0.3, put the guard on, and then I'll just leave it like that. So I basically use K-clip as my limiter. And I feel like that helps me get a much louder and punchier mix. So that I like doing that. Let me check this out here. Drop leads. Yeah, so I like those. I'm gonna color this kind of like a purple type color. I like doing that for my synths. And then color the group that same color also. A lot of times as like a mixing and mastering engineer, you have to just take some time to organize the project to how it makes sense to you. Because if you don't, then you're not going to know where you're finding stuff. Or you're not going to know where to look for things when you're looking for them. It looks like she's got the drums here. I like to put my... let's see what kind of drums it is. If it's a kick, I'm going to put it up here. If it's percussion, I'm going to drag it down to the bottom of the project. It looks like this is percussion. I'm going to take this clap and I'm going to isolate it. I'll color it like a light blue or teal. And then I'll name this claps and snares. That's what I do on my project. I'll take this percussion. I color all my percussion brown, so I'm going to color this brown here. And I'm going to name this group percussion. Let's see what else I got here. So if you're just now tuning in, thank you for tuning in. I'm taking one of my friend's songs. Her name is XAEL, and I am mixing and mastering her project to give her a couple of tips because she was asking me about some tips yesterday. So that's what I'm doing this live stream. It's a much more technical live stream, I guess, but if you're interested in learning, then stick around and you might learn a couple tips. Just because I know her, I think she probably named that. That's probably not the actual sound's name. I bet that was her, that she renamed it to that. She's wild like that. Alright, and then I'm gonna color these it looks like she's got some build-up kicks here, so I'm gonna take the kicks and I'm gonna put them along with the other kicks here. Let's make a little kick group. I'll name this group kicks, and then the build-up percussion. I'll color this brown since it fits in the percussion, and I'm gonna drag this into the percussion group. I think this would be more like an effect. It's kind of a synth. It's kind of an effect. I'll go ahead and put it in my effects group. So I like to color my effects red, so I'm gonna drag that down there. Let's group those, label this group effects, and let's see what this is about here. I like that bass, that's cool. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is put these in the synth group. Well, I'll keep those drop synths by themselves. I'll keep those by themselves. Let me just make another. I'll label this like synths 3, and I'll also color this purple. Color these clips purple also. That go so that they're easily identified in the same group, and then color the tracks here purple. Cool. I think I've got the project organized now. So if I collapse everything here, I've got the subgroup. So we got her sub sounds here. It's probably heavily clipping right now. Let me see this. And she has a volume automation on here. Okay, at the end, there's a volume automation. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna copy this here, and I'm gonna take a utility tool. I'm gonna drag it here, and I'm gonna copy that same automation like that. Let's drag it down to 0. So the reason why I like to use utility tool for volume automations is because that frees up the track for me to turn this up and down as I needed, because if this is being automated, I can't adjust the volume. So what I did was I put that same volume automation on a utility tool. So this could be kind of cool. This sub has a different tone. The only way it could really work is if I filtered out the lows and let this one take all the low frequencies. Let me see if that, well, first, let's just get a basic mix here. I'm going to mute that for now. Okay. So, for me, a basic rule of thumb for like the volume that I want the sub at is -6 dB. So, actually, before I do anything else, I'm going to add a K-clip. Just like I did on the master, I'm going to add a K-clip to each group. Each group is going to get a K-clip because that's my, I use that as a limiter. So that just allows each group to not go above 0 dB. If it goes above 0 dB, then it's going to be clipping. So you just want to stop the track from clipping by, you could add a limiter, but I just don't prefer adding a limiter. I don't like the way it sounds, so I add K-clip. So that's what I just did there. And then now let me adjust the sub volume so that it's hitting at -6 dB, and then that'll give us just a really good starting point for it, and then we can adjust it later. And I don't know if y'all can hear that the sub there, but I'm actually going to put my sub pack on so I can feel it better. This is basically like a bass backpack to help you mix the low end. So I don't want to spend too long on the sub here, but I'm just going to do just a couple key things. Alright. And then I'm going to, yeah, that's fine there. She's got a good low pass filter on that already, so that was a good job by her on doing that. That's important. I'm going to take a limiter to the sub. The sub is probably one of the only things that I'll consider limiting. And I don't like too much. So once you start to see that, some people even argue you could do it like this, to where you barely see that, that light come on here, even less, maybe like that, and then you could stack them, do two like in parallel, and some people say that helps get you a better sound. I haven't really seen that to be true, but I'll do it just because people say that works, and it makes sense because you're taking the load off of one limiter and you're letting two do the same amount of work, so it makes sense. So I'll do that. And then right after the limiter, I'm going to put a saturator. So that makes a huge difference. I don't know if you could hear that. And it really doesn't even, well, yeah, it does increase in volume a little bit. Maybe I'll limit it a little bit more. A little bit less. I'm shooting right now. What I'm doing is I'm shooting to make this at -6 dB. So that's close enough right there. I accidentally unplugged it here. So now that the sub is in a good spot here, I don't see that she has the sub kick side chained. Yeah, I don't see that she has it. That's gonna be a key thing that I'll add here, and see if it sounds good. Is side chaining the kick. Now this kick here is kind of unconventional. I like it. It's kind of boomy, but let's see if we can make it work. Might have to change the kick for the drop, but I'll try to make it work for now. Let's do now usually when I sidechain, I like to use a utility tool, and I'll put it into an audio effect rack like this, and I'll map it like this, and I'll change the max to 0 so that it doesn't go above 0. And then I'll drag it all the way up like that, and then I'll actually come in here and I'll manually draw it out to the length of the kick. That's how I like to do it. I don't know if this will work for this song, but let's just give it a shot and see. Now I might have to do something special because there's like a little double kick on that. I might actually change the sound, or I don't know. We're just gonna get a rough, like a rough mix here, with the, all the main kicks side chain, and let's see how this is gonna sound. So I'm gonna copy this side chain over here. I think it's the same. And then I'll try to fit this boomy sub in later. I think the only way to make this work is to make it wobble just like the main sub, and then also filtering out the low end. So you just get that top like that. But yeah, like I said, we'll try to make that work later. Let's see what we got here. Now the claps. And usually I sidechain my sub to my clap, because usually I'm using like a thick heavy snare. But this doesn't seem to be that kind of song, so I don't think I'm gonna sidechain the clap to the sub. And actually there's no sub hitting when the clap hits either. So that's not a problem anyway. And if this sidechain effect is too strong, the reason why I like putting it in an audio effect rack is because I can make this this sidechain effect as heavy as I want to or as light as I want to. So just by adjusting this over here, the minimum. So check this out. So this is like all the way, and then this is like halfway. So you can adjust that. I might try to, let's just do it like a little bit for now. Actually, I'm going to leave it full. I'm going to leave it all the way. For the synths, I might make it halfway. And so she actually has a sidechain on the lead. I'm not going to take it off completely because it might be giving the sound, a little bit of effect. Like sometimes when you have a heavy a heavy pump like that, it gives it a really interesting effect. So I'll leave it on for now, but what I'm gonna do is take the same sidechain and put it on the leads here that I had on the sub. I'm gonna put this here. That way it'll clear out room for the kick, but I'm not gonna leave it all the way. I'm gonna turn this up to about negative 10 dB so that it only ducks about negative 10 dB. And if you can hear how it's like ducking in and out like that, I'm going to make a decision later whether or not to change that. But for now, I'm going to keep it like that because that's how she artistically and creatively made the track. And I'm not sure if that's what she was intending or if she was just trying to get a little bit of sidechain on there. So let's just leave it like that for now. And then now this is the other synth group. Oh, another thing I need to do here is the kick. I'm going to I'm gonna take the kick and I'm gonna see what level it's at right here. So what I'm gonna do here is, let me see what happens if I take off this this channel 2 effect. That makes the kick a lot more boomy. I might turn that effect down quite a bit. Or I shouldn't call it an effect, but I'm going to turn that EQ down because I'm going to turn the volume up with a multi-band splitter that I'm going to make here. And so she cut off a lot of top end here. It looks like it's automating. Let's see. Oh, she has it automating at the end. Okay, so what I'll do is whenever this starts to automate, I'm gonna copy this or duplicate it. Let's duplicate this here. I'm gonna just cut off the very top end of that kick. I'm not gonna cut off as much as she had it there. And then I'm going to make this EQ come on only at the end when she has it filtering out. So right here. So she has this little filter effect on the end. You can see it right here. So I'm going to leave that at the end. And I'm just going to have it turn on at the end. So on the rest of the song is turned off. And I'm going to keep a little bump right here where she had the a little bit of gain on the low end for the kick. And then what I'm going to do is take my little multi-band splitter effect and I'm going to put that on the group, the kick group. And let's see how this is going to sound. So what I have the low end of the kick, like under 100 under 100 hertz, I have it being mono. And then I've got Camel Crusher in the mids. I'm going to take off the saturator on the top end. I don't really want to emphasize the top end. So this is without it. That's with it. Let's put a limiter on the low end. So like I said before, really the only thing I like to limit is like the super low frequencies. Let's see without the Camel Crush. Alright, Alright, now I'm gonna put a compressor on the end, and it really doesn't act like a compressor, it just adds like an expander almost, like I'm just making it louder. So let's mute everything I just did there. Okay, that's without, and this is with. Without, and then with. What I might do here is maybe turn down this Camel Crush a little bit, and then put a saturator before the compressor. Okay, now let's hear it without. I can make it punch a little harder by turning the saturator up. I might just keep it like that for now. I almost feel like there's a frequency in the kick that is just hitting a little bit too hard. Let me see if I could see where it is here. And then right now, I'm just going to kind of A-B, go back and forth between turning this EQ on and off to see whether I like that cut on, like where I'm cutting out the kick frequencies there. I'm going to decide whether I like that or not, or if I need to move it. So let's listen. Yeah, I think I like that better. So listen back and forth here. On, and then off. Alright, so now that we have a pretty healthy kick-sub relationship, at least from what I can hear. Now, I might listen to this in my car, and so my car is actually where I really am able to understand what's happening in the sub frequencies. Maybe it's because I listen to a lot of music in there. I'm familiar with how it's supposed to sound. So that's really the true test, because I have a 10-inch sub in my car, and it really helps me be able to see, like, hear the low end. So to me, this sounds good right now in my sub pack, but ultimately I'm gonna have to take it to the car and see. It looks like the levels are hitting right. The sub is at around -6 dB. The kick is hitting right at -1 or 0. That's where I like it. And let me see the snare here. So I'm actually going to take. Oh, she has an EQ on an automation on this clap also. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just turn on. So let me duplicate this again, just like I did the other one. I'm gonna turn this EQ on just when she has the effect coming on. I always like to separate my effect EQs with like carving out and boosting EQs. To me, it just helps me like just make the right decisions and like separate, what EQ is for what. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So this one's only coming on here and here, and then we'll use this one as like the one for boosting and stuff. Boosting and cutting. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to temporarily just turn off number 3 here on this EQ, and I'm going to add one of my multi-splitter effects again before the K-clip. So this is without it, and then this is with it. It's a lot louder now. I'm gonna leave that. I might leave that boost on. I just might turn it down because Camel Crusher really accentuates those frequencies. Alright, now let's look and see what's going on with the percussion here. I'm going to take an EQ and cut out the low frequencies. Let me take my sub pack off. I'm done with the low frequencies for now. I'm going to close my windows here. It's getting dark outside. It's weird doing a live stream at night. I've always done my live streams at noon during the day when my daughter's sleeping. So it is kind of weird doing it right now when it's dark outside. So this hi-hat sounds like it's in the left ear more than the right, and you can see it right here. The left channel is a little bit louder. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna put it more down the center. Actually, yeah, not all the way mono. Oh, and that's another thing with mixing and mastering. It's really important that you check your mixes in mono. So what I like to do is make a hotkey. You just hit Command K. Make a hotkey here, and I'll make this. For me it's convenient. Like the equal sign is convenient for that. So anytime I hit the equal sign, that mono utility comes on, and it just makes it real easy to go back and forth. And then another thing I like to do is to hear the sub frequencies. I like to do the same thing with a EQ, and I like to make that hotkey at 9. So I just, when I hit the 9, it comes on. When I hit equals, my my mono utility tool comes on. So then I can check the mix like that. So what I'm gonna do here is drag another utility tool in, and I'm going to map this to an audio effect rack, map it to the balance, and I'm gonna have the maximum left it's gonna go is gonna be, let's see 19, and then 19 right will be the max. So when I drag this all the way to the left, 19 is the farthest out it'll go. And then we're just gonna have it going back and forth like that. That will make a track louder. If you have elements panning left and right, especially percussion, it'll make the track sound louder. So really, when you're trying to make a track sound loud, it's really just about a lot of little tweaks that you make that add up to like a big effect. So it's a lot of little tips you gotta add in there. It's not just one thing. You don't just throw one plugin on the master and it makes it loud. Like, it's like the sound choice, it's the sound design, it's like, panning left and right, it's side chaining, it's all these things together that I'm doing right now. So that's panning left and right. might have that a little bit more intense, maybe coming out to, let's try 29. I'm going to settle on 26 there. I don't want it to be like too distracting, but I just want to create a little bit of movement there. So that I did that there. Let's check out these synths here. So she has a lot of panning effects, but she, like, just like the volume automation, she has it on the actual track, which I prefer not to do because then I can't change the panning if I need to. So let's go ahead and just move these panning effects over here. So I just copied the same panning she had. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to change that. And then I'm going to delete it off of the track, and I have it here on the utility now. Then that gives us more flexibility. Okay. Same thing on this one. So she has them going opposite, which is kind of cool. What I'm going to do is do the same thing down here. Copy the panning effects over to the utility tool, and then delete it off of the actual track. Looks like there's a volume automation here at the end. I'm going to copy that volume automation over to the utility tool. Can't get it to go to 0. There we go. Okay. So now I've got that copied there. I can delete it off of the track. And I think we're good to go now. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I actually did a collab with XAEL. This is her track right here that I'm just doing a little bit of mixing and mastering on it. I did a track with her. If you want to check it out, it's a really cool song. It's called Haze. You can check it out here at brysonprice.com/music. It's the first one there. So check that out when you get a chance. It's a really cool song. Okay. So this seems to be like the main lead of the drop. There's other little elements in the background. But for right now, I'm going to process this main lead here. And what I'm going to do is, this is how I process all of my synths. Cut out everything below. Cut out everything like from 150 and below. That's the first step. The second step is I'll put my, I'll put a OTT. Now, because this sound has a lot of reverb in it, it looks like it's a loop. I don't know if OTT is gonna fit well in here, but let's give it a listen. Let's do it at 50% there. I think it's bringing out a little bit too much of that reverb in there. Let me hear what it sounds like without that sidechain on it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this off for now. What I might do, I might add it back to give it like a little, like that same kind of pumping effect. But I'm gonna make a, so let's try this. I'm gonna make a ghost track. It's called a ghost track when you add a kick in here, but the kick, you don't hear the kick. It's just the track is muted, but you're using this to trigger the sidechain. So I'm gonna call this sidechain trigger. I don't know if you can see that. I think the video of me is stopping that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the. But I'm gonna leave out these little like lower volume kicks. I'm gonna leave those out because that's messing up the sidechain. So we'll just leave in the main kicks here. Like this, okay? And then I'm going to duplicate that. And then now let me come down here. Let's leave that there in case she wants to reference that. And I'm going to route this to the sidechain trigger. Turn this to auto. Actually, I'm not going to turn that to auto, but I'm going to put the attack all the way down. And the rest of the settings are okay. Let's turn the threshold down a little bit. When you turn the threshold down, you're basically making the sidechain effect like less prominent. I might make this release time longer though. And I'm going to change the rhythm of this trigger here. I'm going to make it just come on every second bar. So like this. That way it has like a rhythmic pumping effect. Let's see what that sounds like. That to me makes more sense, but I'm still trying to decide if that's, if that sounds good or not. So let's listen here. Alright, let's make this sound a little bit louder now. And what I'm going to do here is actually, let's see, I'm going to put a limiter here right after the OTT. Actually, right after the saturator. And you can see right here, it's just barely turning on. Let me listen to this individually here. just turning up the wider just a tad. Another thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a convolution reverb and see if that makes a difference here. I'm not a big fan of the Ableton reverbs. I don't think they sound great. There's a couple that sound good. But for the most part, I prefer other reverbs. Let's listen to this here. I'm just turning down the ping pong a little bit. Let's listen to the old reverb. So I might throw on this convolution reverb and leave a little bit of the other reverb on there. Let's listen to what it sounded like before. And then here's the change. I think that sounds better. I like that a little bit better. It sounds like there's more space. It sounds a little bit less basic. I like it. I'm gonna check this in mono after I made it wider like that. Now let's listen to them together. Now let's listen to it in the track. I put this Valhalla Supermassive on it. It's kind of like a chorus and a delay. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on there though. I like the way that sounds. Let me hear what Echo Boy sounds like on there. Let's hear what it sounds like with the really quick delay. I think I might keep this 1/4 delay on there. It's subtle, but it adds a little bit of like volume to the sound. bit of top end to this. Oh, wrong track. Here we go. I might try to bring out this percussion a little bit. So let me process this here. And then I'm actually gonna see what wider sounds like on this little percussion loop here. Let's make it a little bit wider like that. I think it sounds good. Let's hear what it sounds like in context here. I might turn down this. Let me hear what it sounds like without this multi-splitter. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the multi-splitter off because it really brings out like the mid frequencies a lot. Which I want to tame that a little bit. And I'm going to put the saturator on here. And I'm going to turn up the cymbal. I'll probably take off that this high cut here. I want it to cut through the mix a little bit more. And also, let me put a convolution reverb. I'm going to put a convolution reverb on the cymbal here. That sounds better. So without and then with. Without, with. Alright, so next step here, let's process these other drop synths that are more in the background. I'm going to take off this high cut. And then same thing here, I'm going to copy this same sidechain. Use this one instead of what she had going on here. I'll just, deactivate that for now. And then I'm going to copy a similar processing chain that I used. Actually, not a similar one. I'm going to copy the same chain I used here, the beginning half of it. Alright, cool. Give me 1 second here. Alright. Randy, what's up, man? Going to sleep? Sleep good, man. It'll be here tomorrow, so no worries. Alright, let's hear how this sounds with the leads here. I might make this sidechain a little bit more intense for this this little backing group of synths here. Alright, let's hear how it sounds all together. I'm gonna tame this part a little bit. It's sticking out a little bit too much. I feel like it could use another stack of hi-hats. So what I'm gonna do is add in, I might just stack in some hi-hats in here. Let me drag in a drum rack. And I'm gonna add in, let's see which hi-hats here. Let's see what that one will sound like. I just want to give it a little bit more like volume, I guess. I don't want to change up like the pattern that she had. I want to keep the creative aspect of it, you know, pretty much the same, but try to make things punch and sound a little bit bigger. So let me add an EQ to this. And then I'm going to add a saturator. And what I'll do is I had this little audio effect rack going on. For this, had it panning left and right. So I'm going to add it to this one, but I'm going to flip them and make it go from right to left instead of left to right. And also, I'm only going to put it to 12. So you won't even really be able to hear it that much. Yoshi, what's up, man? Yeah, this is XAEL. Check her out. I put her in the description. I'm just kind of helping out with some mixing and mastering type stuff. Maybe I'll have it go a little bit more. Maybe like 16 left and right. So it just sounds a little bit thicker with that hi-hat in there. I don't know if you can notice that. If you're just now tuning in, thanks for being here. I am taking XAEL's new song and I'm just, doing a little bit of mixing and mastering to it, and just trying to make it sound a little bit thicker, a little bit louder, all that. Sergio, what's up, man? How you doing? Alright, let's hear it from the beginning. I haven't played this from the beginning since I started the live stream, so let's go ahead and do that. So in this sound, I'm going to add a wider to that, and maybe even, it's already got an echo on there. I'll leave that how it is. Let me add this convolution reverb. Make it sound a little bit bigger. I really like those vocal chops in the second drop. Let me hear what it would sound like here, but maybe filtered. That could be kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to sound good, but let's see. Just kind of like not as prominent as in the second drop, but just kind of in the background. I think it could give it some cool texture. And I think I'm gonna I'm gonna copy that track. I'm gonna delete all of this stuff over here, and this will be like a little delay track. It's gonna be turned down. And let me add a utility here. I'm just gonna turn down that initial part. Christian, what's up, man? How you doing? I know it's not the usual time, but this is probably the time that I'm gonna have to live stream for the next month or so. It's kind of weird, but gotta make it work. gonna just put a little utility tool to turn down the vocal chops in this one part. I want it to really be in the background. Yoshi, gotta go. That's cool, man. Thanks for stopping by and saying what's up and dropping a comment. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Oh, you like the 7 o'clock live stream? That's cool, man. It's also kind of cool to see. This is my first stream at 7 o'clock. It'd be cool to see the difference, like whether I get better engagement or if it's the same, you know, or worse. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to see this, like the analytics over the next month. Like the way that sounds in there, like that, just that little blip. Like, what do y'all think about that? Should I keep that in there or take that out? Christian, you said, yeah, bro, I gotta work at the time. I gotta work at the time when you used to stream. Now I get to watch after work. That's cool, man. What do y'all think? Should I keep this in here or take it out? That little effect. Yeah, like 12, you're right, like 12 o'clock in the afternoon is a horrible time to stream for most people. But, you know, I had to make it work with my schedule, you know, like I'm taking care of my daughter. And I feel like most of the time at night, I'm pretty tired at night because I get up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. So that's why I prefer 12. But like, to be honest, I'm kind of tired at noon also because like I got up early and I've been like hustling the whole day doing stuff, and then it's like, you know, change the baby, feed the baby, do this, do that, and then like it's time to stream. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see how I like streaming at night better. I know most people who stream actually stream at night most of the time. If I could have it my way, I would stream at like 8 in the morning. Just right after I've read my Bible, right after I drank my coffee, you know, like, but with the kid, you can't really, you know, your schedule has to revolve around them, kind of. I hear a little bit of clipping when that synth is panning hard left, and it might be because wider is on it. What I'm gonna do is, it's going all the way to 50, so I'm not gonna let it go all the way to 50. I'm gonna take it up maybe to like 32. Let's see how that sounds. And then let's change this one to 32 also. Christian, you said yeah. At the same time, most people wouldn't even be on YouTube to watch. After work is the best time during the week to stream. Yeah, man, I agree. For sure. I'm surprised that anybody even watches me when I stream at 12. But I mean, y'all are here, so I'm thankful. I think I'm gonna change it to 38. I don't think it's clipping at that point. I hear some distortion in the ears when I had it up higher. Let me change it here. And then change it here. Alright, and then right before this kick drops right here, I'm going to do like a little reverse kick. Christian, you said it's cool because we have Tuesday night house party now. Yeah, man. Tuesday night house party, and I'm most likely going to stream tomorrow also. So Wednesday night too. So this kick is just a little bit too thick to reverse. So I'm going to go into my samples here and I'm going to find a really short kick. And I'm just going to reverse that. I like doing the reverse kick into the drop because it just helps it give more impact. And then I'm going to turn it down here. Christian, you said that's cool. You mean the reverse kick trick? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, so I don't know if you caught the beginning of the live stream or not, but this is actually what I'm doing today, is I'm taking my friend XAEL and I am just like mixing and mastering and making her song a little bit louder. So this is her song that she made. It's her new song. But she was asking me for some feedback and I told her that the song could be a little bit louder, it could punch a little bit harder. So I said, why don't I just take the song and do this on live stream? So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, man. Alright, so this intro bass, I think I'm going to route this to the sidechain trigger, and I'm gonna load this up here. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go back. Let's go back to here. I'm gonna leave it how it was. The intro bass, let's go ahead and route it back to the drop kick. That kick's okay for that. Christian, you said, what would you call those leads? That's a good question, man. To me, it almost sounds like it has some hardstyle influence. I believe it's a loop. I think that she probably downloaded it off of Splice. Let's just do a quick search, and then I can answer your question. Let's see if this is on. So it looks like it's from this, from Future Electronica Pack. So that kind of answers your question. That's a cool sound. It's kind of like future bassy. To me, it almost has a sort of a hard style feel to it, a little bit, you know, but with future bass. Jake, you said, "Hey, bro, just got back from football practice." That's awesome, man. Thanks for tuning into this. What position do you play? Yeah, it almost sounds like a mix between like hardstyle and future bass if I had to like pinpoint it. But at the same time, this pack says Future Electronica. Oh, right here. It's in the future bass genre. So that's awesome, man. I hit a leg workout today at the gym. Yeah, man, it is hype. Yeah, so Jake, I said this before on the stream, but I don't know if you were here. This song is this is actually XAEL's song. I don't know if you remember my song called Haze. This one right here. I did a collab with her, and this was our song together. But this is the same artist. I have her information in the description. She made the song, and I'm just kind of making it louder and mixing and mastering it a little bit and giving it a little bit more punch. So, yep. I feel like these sounds here, they could, I feel like if there were some different sounds, they could have some more bite to them and help cut through the mix. But that's just kind of like a sound choice thing. With sound choice, it makes a big impact on how loud you can make the song. So if it was me, like, trying to make this song as loud as possible, I'd probably switch these songs out. But I don't feel like that's her goal for this. I don't feel like she's trying to make her song hit as hard as, like, just like, I don't think she's trying to make it hit as hard as she can. or just make the. I don't think it's what I'm trying to say is I don't think this is like a loudness competition with this song, but she just wanted me to try to make it hit a little bit louder. So I don't think I'm gonna switch the sound out. I think it's okay for now, but just for like when you're trying to make a song in a mix really loud, like every sound has to be punchy, and these sounds right here are not punching like as hard as they could be. But I feel like that's okay for this song. Like let me just show you an example here. So if I had like Serum. If it was like that sound has a lot more thickness to it. And then without it. So yeah, if you wanted to make it punch a little bit more, you could go through and add the chord progression like that. I'm not sure what the next note is. It's in, I believe it's in F sharp minor, so that would be A major, so the next note might be E. Let's see. I might keep that there for her to like reference in case she wants to add that sound in, but I'm not gonna add it in the mix for right now. I'll let her decide if she wants to do that. Christian, you said just remember the 50 tons of bass to shake the room. Yeah, man, that's how I like to produce my songs. I don't think that this song is that type of song though. We do definitely want it to have some knock to it, but I'm not trying to, compete with Zomboy on this one. Jake, you said, I think you should keep those. You think I should keep these sounds here? Yeah, I think it adds some punch. But I'm trying to stay away from, like, adding, like, artistic stuff to this. Like, I'm letting her take the artistic direction because it's her song, but I'm just trying to make it hit a little bit harder. So I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna let her decide whether or not she wants to keep that or not. Christian, you said just make sure it knocks harder than Jehovah's Witness. They do knock pretty hard, but the Mormons knock pretty hard too though. Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna keep that in there for her to take a look at. I actually I like to invite them in my house when they come and knock on the door, and then I like to talk with them. So on this first hit right here, I think I'm gonna add a crash, just to make it hit a little bit harder. And like kind of introduce the drop with like a bang. Jake, you said I live 10 miles from the nearest town, and there have been a couple to come knock on my door. Yeah, we haven't gotten any in a while, but maybe that's just because of like the whole COVID thing. But yeah, they used to always come around. I actually don't see it as a bad thing when like Jehovah's Witness or Mormons come and knock on my door. I see it as like God's giving me an opportunity to like speak something to them, and not be harsh and not be rude, but be kind and try to like point them in the right direction some way, you know. Jake, you said I wish Christians were just as passionate about their faith. Yeah, man. If we all had a little bit of that zeal, you know. I think I don't know if it's like true zeal in with them. It could be, but I think a lot of it is just the culture of like what they are supposed to do. Like that's just what their church requires, you know. So they just go do it. Christian, you said when you start speaking truth to them, they get speechless. Yeah, man, and I mean, but it's always important to like do it in a kind way, you know, because I feel like they get a lot of rude people talking to them and like shutting the door on them. So I feel like this crash just helps introduce the drop a little bit better. I'm gonna drag this cymbal down to my effects section, just because I consider like crashes and cymbals kind of in the same category, and that just helps keep me organized there. And the only reason this is I guess this is technically like a synth, but the reason why I don't have it in my synth group is because I heavily processed that, and I don't really want to process this the same way. So I'm going to keep that right here. No problem, man. I'm gonna add a little reverse crash leading up into this verse section here. And then let's turn it down a little bit here. And another thing I'm gonna do is add this little fluttery, it's like a fluttery kind of effect. I'll show you here. But for me, I like adding it in verse sections because it helps give it more space. Jake, you said, I can't wait for this release. Yeah, man, I don't know exactly when she's going to release it, but I'm sure it's soon because it's almost done. Let's see here. I'm going to look in, it's a cymatic sound. I think it's in the FX toolkit. I think it's white noise down. It's one of these. It's that one right there. Okay. And then I'm gonna make this real quiet. I said I didn't say butterfly, I said fluttery. I said the sound, it sounds like fluttery. Kinda like a butterfly. Yeah, it does sound like a butterfly actually. If a butterfly can make a sound, I'm pretty sure that's what it would be. Eric, what's up, man? How you doing? Alright, so it's sounding pretty solid to me right now. At least that main drop part is sounding pretty solid. Like I said, I'm gonna have to check it out in the car, just to kind of, I really, I guess my car is like where I really see how things sound because I'm familiar with how it's supposed to sound in there. I didn't get to the little verse breakdown yet, but as long as I can get a good solid mix on the drop first, everything else is gonna fall into place. The intro and this little section is gonna be real easy. Last thing I do, I'm gonna have to sign off pretty soon, but last thing I'm gonna do here is just drag in one of my songs and I'm gonna see how it compares. My song is gonna be louder, but that's just because from the sounds I picked from the beginning when I made it, I wanted it to be loud. And I don't think that this is that kind of song, which is okay, but you kind of have to compare like apples to apples, you know. Where is that song? Oh, can't try. I think this is it. Let's check this out. Alright, now let me check out this mix here. Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good for what it is. The difference in my song is that the mids are a lot more in your face, but that's because I picked saw waves as my synth, and then on top of that I had a really loud square wave, so it just sounds like super loud. The kick is really punchy. It's not like a big thick boomy kick like this one. It's like a punchy, like just a quick punch kick. And what else? Let me see. So like the point of this song was just to make it as loud as I could, but yeah, I think that this sounds pretty comparable for what it is though. So I'm gonna show you. Let's listen to like a quick comparison of what this song sounded like before I started working on it and right now. Let me open up my email here real quick. So let's just drag it into the project here. And let's listen to the drop. So that was before, and then this was after today. I think it sounds good. Now, like I said, I will have to listen to it in the car tomorrow, and then that'll be the true test of whether or not this kick needs to be changed. Because this kick, I've never used this kind of a kick in any of my songs because it's such a long kick and it's boomy, and those kicks tend to clash with sub bass. But at the same time, because it is different, I like it. It sounds cool. But I'm gonna have to see how that sounds in the car tomorrow, and just see if everything is sounding solid or if it's gonna need to be changed. Eric, you said, man, this track sounds great. Yeah, man. It's actually, I don't know if you heard me saying, but let me plug my laptop in here. I don't know if you heard me saying, but this is XAEL's song, and she just wanted me to give her some tips on how to make her song a little bit louder. But yeah, it's an awesome song. I love it. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I forgot what I was saying, but now I remember. So, this kick that she used is kind of unconventional in my eyes for like what I like to use. I tend to use kicks like this. Actually, this is probably the only kick I've used in the last couple projects. So you can see how short this kick is compared to this one. And a lot of times when you're trying to get the sub bass to fit with the kick and getting them to fit together, it's usually not best to pick a long kick. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to have to check this out in the car and see how that sounds tomorrow. It's sounding pretty good to me right now, but yeah, I'm going to have to use my critical ears in the car tomorrow and see. But yeah, let's check out this whole thing. I didn't really touch the beginning of it or the verse, but I'm going to play this out one more time. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit louder. So this little intro part is a little bit too loud. I'm going to turn it down some, and I might even filter it. Oh, I think it is filtered. Oh no, that's just a regular filter. I might filter it a little bit more. Let's do that real quick. I'm going to automate this EQ here. And yeah, let's do it. I'm actually going to automate it opening up. And then sometimes when you add filters in the mix, it adds a little bit of distortion, so I'm just going to dip this whenever I need to. And then let's get this side chain on here because it's creating some clipping. And then I think somehow my my filter automation got deleted, so let's put that back. Or actually, I never put it in to begin with. Alright, let's listen again here. So tomorrow, I might work on this tomorrow again and patch up the intro and then the verse. but it's gonna be what we're gonna try to do is to make the intro just almost as loud as the drop, um, but the drop slightly louder, so when it comes in there's some impact. And then after the drop on the verse, we don't want that part to be too quiet, so it'll just be like leveling out the song. And that's if the drop sounds good to me after I listen to it a couple times and everything's right, then we'll move on to that part. Paulo, what's up, man? How you doing? So another thing, maybe another reason why it's clipping is because we've got these kicks going on, and they're really heavy kicks, and this synth right here, we got this pad going on, and it's just slightly being sidechained, so maybe I can make that sidechain a little bit more heavy. Let me hear how that sounds. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, Paulo. And Huncho, what's up, man? I'm doing good. This is a weird time for me to be live streaming. 5 a.m. Wow, man. You're up early? Is that what it is? Or you didn't go to sleep last night? So let's sidechain this intro bass also. Let's sidechain that here. Let's hear how it sounds with the kick. That's good, man. I'll be up at 5:30 or 6 tomorrow myself. So that kind of took care of the clipping. Now I'm gonna dial it back a little bit so it's not so intense. Hey, Christian, you're back. So I do have this, we'll have to figure out if this sub bass sounds good tomorrow when I listen to it in the car. If it sounds good as it is, maybe I'll try to layer in the second bass that she had in here. They were clashing and kind of clashing against each other, and they didn't sound good. So maybe if that one sounds good, I'll try to layer this in as like a top end and try to make that work. Maybe I'll try to make this a little bit more sidechain. Oh, also the vocals need to be sidechained. I forgot about that. I still hear some clipping in that. And then right before the drop happens, I'm gonna turn this down slightly here. Had this little the butterfly effect on this. Just real quiet in the background. I might take out a little bit of that mid-range here. I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream, but I keep doing stuff. Just a little. Maybe it's oh, it's the way I have it processed. Okay. So let me put this on its own track here, because it needs to be processed separately. And I'm going to drag a utility onto this track, and I'm going to copy what she has going on here for the volume automation, but I'm going to put it on the utility just to give us a little bit more flexibility, so I could change the actual volume of the track as needed. Alright. Let's see what it sounds like if I put wider on here. It's already pretty wide because the chorus and the flanger and all that. It looks like I'm gonna have to adjust this this side chain. I'll do that tomorrow though. I'm gonna have to adjust the side chain on the guitar, because you see here it's just it's not letting the sound breathe. It's just a little bit too much side chain. Kind of sounds cool though. And then there's certain notes on the guitar, maybe because of the flanger in the chorus, where the mid-range kind of builds up. I'll have to fine-tune that also. When I say mid-range, I mean like this area right here. Alright, let's listen one more time and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And usually I bring my baby on at the end of the stream, but she's sleeping. And she'll be sleeping until about 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'm still not satisfied with the intro yet, but what I worked on today, I like it. Let me, in case you're just now tuning in, I'll show you an A/B comparison of what this was before I worked on it, and then what it is now. So let's do that real quick. And then this is what it is now. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank y'all to everybody who's watching right now, and thank you to everybody who commented, everybody that showed love. This is XAEL's song that I just kind of mixed and mastered a little bit. She had it mixed, but I just kind of did a couple things to make the song a little bit louder. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I might be working on this again tomorrow, fixing up the intro and the verse. But for right now, I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm going to get ready for tomorrow and do this again. So I'll catch y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll be back tomorrow.